Your shame around your debt and the thought of being in debt is costing you profit and revenue within your business. And we need to talk about it. So here we go. Welcome back to another episode of the Your Money, Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Aimee Cerka. We are talking about debt shame and how it's costing you revenue and profit within your business. Last week, at the time this goes live, it'll be last week. There we go. I was doing a guest expert training inside one of the communities that I'm a part of, talking about the debt dilemma is what we call it. What good debt, bad debt, all of those things. And the reason why this comes up is because there is a lot of debt shame out there from a lot of gurus. They talk about, debt is evil, debt is bad, do whatever it takes to get out of debt. You're dumb for making those choices. All those things come up and it weighs on you. Not to mention stuff that you heard growing up, like money doesn't grow on trees and the money is the root of all evil. There we go. I almost said it like the correct way because it's the love of money. But there's a lot of gurus out there that preach that, and they'll do the debt-free challenges and you're wrong if you're in debt and all these things, and it's almost like a religion because it's so indoctrinating, I guess, for lack of a better word, and you have to be so hardcore about it, or at least some of these gurus are, and it causes problems because when you feel like there's shame around your debt and those things, you're more conservative in your purchases and your decisions. Instead of looking at it logically, instead of healing the trauma that you have around debt and money and making like that logical decision, trusting yourself that you're making the right decision, then you're not showing up the way that you need to. You're not making decisions based off of where you need to. You have to be able to trust yourself that you're making the right decision. So, how do you do that? How do you heal the trauma around debt and money? You have to remove that lens. And this is not something that I can cover in one podcast episode, probably even 20 podcast episodes. This is a lot of the work that we do like inside the academy. And we have to work through these things because it's personal. Like it's a personal trauma that you've experienced. So I can give you as much wisdom and insight as I can to help you uncover it, but like don't feel like you have to go through this alone. That's good. We got to start there. Okay. So, why do you feel shame around debt? Like, what's the problem? Because if you look at it, like all debt is it's a purchase that you decided that you will pay for at a later time or pay for in installments. You finance a vehicle, it's something that you're going to pay for over time. You mortgage the house, it's something you're going to pay for over the time. Now, granted, yes, maybe it's not the best idea to pay for ice cream on a credit card, but you know what? It's something that I do, and not because it's going into debt, but because I know that like I can get the rewards points and leverage it. Like, stop looking at your credit cards and debt and these things as a bad thing. It's just a decision that you make and then move forward. And if you did stuff in the past, like don't feel guilty about it. That solves nothing. Even if it was a wrong decision, a quote, air quotes, bad decision, they're feeling shame and guilt about it does not change the past at all. So what are you going to do now? What are you going to do moving forward? Make better decisions in the future, get more tools in your tool belt so you can make those logical decisions, but stop letting the fear of guilt and guilt of debt stop you from doing what you need to do. Everything, you're unstoppable. It's like everything is figure outable. Like if you are unstoppable, it doesn't matter. You're just moving forward one step at a time, doing what you need to day after day, week after week, month after month. Low points won't be as big of a deal when you stop worrying about it. So stop feeling guilty about your debt. We talked before about what you should do instead of focusing on your debt, and that is your net worth. Okay, we need to focus on our net worth instead because your net worth is your picture of where you are at. So as you grow your net worth, like as you pay off debt, your net worth grows. As you grow your assets, grow things in your business, put money aside in savings accounts, your net worth is going to grow. So it is the true picture of where you're at. And if you decide to leverage something and you go into debt for a little bit, it's not as big of a deal. Like, don't feel the guilt, don't feel the shame about it. I got two questions I want you to answer today. You're gonna need a pen. Well, be good to write it down. Paper and pen would be recommended. The first thing is, What is money? Money is what? What does that do for you? What is it? What is its purpose? You can pause this and write it down. I'm not going to sit here and pause forever because we don't need all that dead space. You're busy, right? So once you've answered what money is, the second thing I want you to do is I want you to tell me what debt is. Debt is what to you? And I don't want to give examples because I don't want to lead you. If you're struggling with this and you can't complete it, send me a message on Instagram. Um, Handle is at Aimee Cerka. It'll be in the show notes too. I will help you walk through this because this is important. Debt is whatever it is, fill in the blank. Okay. Now, I want you to look at those two things. How do you feel about that? Let's back up a second. Okay. In the personal development space, we have this tendency to have a thought and then we're like, oh, no, I know better. That's not accurate. I'm going to change it. And this is what I really meant. So it's like a secondary reaction. So we have our gut instinct and then the secondary reaction takes over because you, quote, know better, right? For this example, I'm hoping you wrote down your gut instinct. If you didn't, I want to see you write down or think about your gut instinct now, because that's really where we're at. And there's nothing wrong with it. But we have to become aware of where you're actually at so that you can move forward. We can't have the blinders on here. So now that you have that, how do we feel about our two answers, our gut instinct answers? And then I want you to switch it. So whatever you said debt is, what if that was what money is and how you felt about money? And whatever you said about money was how you felt about debt. Just try it on for a minute. See where things land. See how you feel. Does that feel aligned? Does that feel inauthentic? Does it feel wrong? Just sit with it for a minute and see how those things feel. And it's these type of awareness things that we go through that are going to help you remove that shame around your guilt. So that's where we're leaving it for today. If you're struggling with this exercise, if you need help to work through it, send me a message on Instagram. I want to help you. We can do this together at Aimee Cerka. Link is in the show notes. We'll see you next time. Bye for now. Thank you so much for listening to the Your Money, Your Life podcast. Wondering what's next? When you're ready, there are different levels of support that you can use on the path to creating unstoppable finances and your unstoppable life. After all, your finances are unique and your support should be too. Ultimately, we'll create a customized plan to ditch financial struggle for good that works for you, your goals, your priorities, your life. Go to workwithaimee.com to get started with one of our most popular programs, or you can book a Q&A call with me and we'll figure out what your next step should be.